How did you do that? Section of the show. And this week, we're going to trudge through the swampy, smelly waters of Validation Swamp, the place where you have to actually take your e-course idea and go out into the real world and get validation and even pre-sales. So we're going to show you how we merged the world of cartoon with the world of real life.
Yeah, actually, just before we jump in, when we talked about this, we felt like validating your ideas, like trudging through the swamp. It gets sticky, it gets hard. You know, you've been putting all this time in, and now it's time to actually validate your idea.
Yeah, most people want to stay in the basement and just tweak with your idea and just let it.
This, I'll be fine.
I'm gonna just wait till it's perfect.
that's not not good business. It's not smart business.
So we talked about this idea of being in the swamp and how cool it'd be to have a swamp monster, and so we chatted about the ideas of creating that the way we've done it before with live characters and and at this point we were conversing and having a lot of fun being creative with this man named Michael who came on board. He did all the graphic design work for the Great E-Course Adventure, and really talented guy, amazing. Yeah. He's also an animator, so we started chatting about the potential of animating this swamp monster named Gil, who's going to not let you pass until you can prove to him that you've validated your idea.
So let's check it out.
All right, so let's get screen share.
I haven't watched Gil for a little while here.
I know, right? It's been a while. Making sure that, okay, let's see if this works.
God, this is so gross. Oh, I think I just got a frog in my boot. There's something swimming around in there. Yeah, me too. Oh. Well, everybody, we're
I like the
almost
swamp
at
music.
Camp Medius, and once we get there, you're going to be able to get into the whole filming and production of all your thing. It's going to be smooth sailing. It's just right outside of the swamp. We're almost there. Smell something? Oh, who are you?
Hey guys, I'm Gil Rosenberg. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Gil.
Gil Rosenberg.
Yeah, sorry, but I can't let you pass.
Well, what do you mean? We're just trying to get up to Launch Summit to launch the greatest e-course ever.
I know, but you're not ready.
What do you mean we're not ready? We got our ideas. Like we're ready for Camp Medius.
We're ready.
Look, I don't want you to embarrass yourself. You have all this passion and these great ideas, but you need to see if people want them. You know what I mean? It's called validation.
Oh, like we need to test our ideas on real people to make sure we're not just crazy and think we have a great idea and then try and sell it and nobody wants it. Oh,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look, man, I've made over 100 e-courses, but I'll tell you what, from all those e-courses I learned that you have to share them with people that you care about to see if they work. So you don't embarrass yourself. I want you to take on this challenge. And why don't you two little Earth human people explain how to do it?
So what you're saying is we gotta go validate our idea.
Yeah, that's what I said. What do you think I said?
No, that was...
Okay, so...
That's entertaining. I could watch that.
Oh my gosh, it was absolutely hilarious the day that we actually shot that in the studio. So Michael Mann, him and I did a lot of improv together, and he's also the same guy who plays Duber in the Camp Media series.
Yeah.
And so he had a very loose script outline, and he added in the burp and fart sounds at his own accord afterwards in post-production.
Yeah.
But basically, like, the way we did it is we figured out how tall Gil was going to be, and we had a light fixture up on the ceiling that Andy and I had to look at when we were talking to him to kind of make it look like we were looking up at his eyes.
Totally. And we actually, at the time, also brought... I think we had Michael just off screen, so the conversation was live between Brad, Andy, and Michael. Yet, so I think he was standing on a chair just to help the visual.
Yeah.
He was taller than everybody.
Yeah.
And yeah, and we just kind of had that where we also had a microphone in front of Michael too, so the conversation was being recorded, so therefore he could animate and had that sort of live flow that you would with a character.
And then the where we're trudging through the swamp, we were just kind of walking in one spot like this, and then we just sort of animated the background to move with us.
Yeah, we definitely had to do a few takes of that to make it look real. You know, I don't have the green screen footage at this point. My hard drive isn't working right now. So
Don't tell me that.
I'll fix it.
So with that one, I mean, when we made it, it kind of felt like if any of you have ever seen the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, when it was one of the first movies I ever saw that was
the mix between animation and real
real
life.
world. Yeah.
It's amazing what they've created.
Oh man, that movie was monumental, like as far as like what was possible.
If you haven't watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit, by all means, make that a movie night to do this week.
I actually want to watch it again. That was one of my favorites growing up.
Yeah.
So anything else? Like, as you could see with the background sounds, you could hear the mud sound. You could hear, kind of the hillbilly music because we're on our way to Camp Medius and we're, in the middle of the swamp.
Yeah.
Just for humor's sake and to match the vibe of this like stinky swamp monster, there's fart and burp jokes in there, which is also a part of Michael Mann's characteristics. We actually, that was not stuff our creativity does say, hey Michael, could you add like some more fart sounds in here?
We actually toned that down, to be honest.
From the original we did.
Yeah. So but he wouldn't stop. It was just part of his character, and so we decided just to go with it. And again, a big part of creating the media is keeping it entertaining.
Yeah.
A few things, because these were ones that Michael put together. We pretty much gave him the footage, and I would just say, the music at the beginning was a little loud. So when you're putting music in, you have to ask yourself, because if you know what you're saying and any characters that are on, in your lesson are going to be saying, we're already biased to understanding that compared to someone that's watching it for the first time. And music is there just to color and flavor, but if you add too much flavor to a dish, it could actually disrupt it. So a little cooking analogy. So that was a very strong flavor. The music was nice. But once Brad and Andy started talking, I found it was a little challenging to still hear what you guys were saying. It did tone down there at the end, but I just wanted to point that out because these are, again, just some of the specifics to creating really good media that we take for granted.
Yeah. So that's about it for
that's how we did that.